Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. So I'm here, I'm sitting in front of my phone. I'm about to record my first YouTube video. So welcome. I had given myself a challenge to make sure that my YouTube channel had at least just one video before the end of March. So it's fast approaching and here I am. It was a full moon in everywhere last night. And here in Dublin, it's extremely wet and grey, kind of cruddy, heavy kind of Friday. So I think everyone's feeling the effects. I know I am. Slept really bad, it was really funky energy yesterday. So I said today's a good day just to get on the mat and have a little wriggle. So it'll just be a short flow. If you're feeling uncomfortable sitting in a cross-legged position to start with, get a cushion, or if you have a block at home, place it underneath your buttocks, raising them up a little bit just so that there's less pressure on the knees and the hips. And then find a tall spine. Leaning back, bringing the shoulders over the hips, roll the shoulders back and down a couple of times. Wriggle it out. And then draw the elbows back towards your body and turn the palms up towards the sky. Dropping your chin ever so slightly, letting the back of the neck be like an extension of the spine, sitting tall. And then soften the shoulders. Feel like the elbows are getting heavier and the elbows are drawing weight down to the earth, drawing the shoulders further away from your ears and the palms are open, receptive. Take a deep breath in, expanding through the belly and the chest. Open the mouth and exhale. Take another deep breath into the belly and the chest. Open the mouth, exhale. One more time. Inhale deep into the belly. Fill up to the chest. Across the heart space. Open the mouth and exhale. Slowly closing the eyes if they're not already closed, and just allow yourself to sit with yourself for a moment. Allow yourself to assess and to tune in to your energy levels today, whether it's morning or evening when you do this practice. Just being aware of how you feel on a physical level, where is maybe a little achy or sore, where is a little bit tight or stressed, where is feeling pretty good. And then digging deep, maybe noticing on a more vibrational, energetic level, how you're feeling emotionally, how you're feeling full stop. What is coming up when I ask that question? And tune back into that breath. Notice if you're breathing at the top of your chest, or whether that breath is going down naturally to that base of the stomach, to the opening and full place where we really fill the whole abdomen with oxygen. And if you are just breathing from the top of your chest, maybe start to cultivate a deeper, more full breath pattern. In through the nose and out through the nose. If you're a regular practitioner, aware of Ujjayi, maybe bringing that in. Slowly drawing the air in through the nostrils, down the back of the throat and out through the nostrils, slowly letting that air dissipate. Relaxing your hands, relaxing your legs, and just simply being for a few moments before we start any movement. Just sitting with yourself, accepting of whatever good, bad, or indifferent feelings, sensations, thoughts are swirling around or presenting today. We want it all, because it's all part of the rich fabric of living. Bringing your chin towards your chest, Slowly draw the right ear towards your right shoulder. And then slowly drop the chin towards the chest and drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. Moving side to side in these little half moons, just waking up the neck, relaxing the shoulders, and then maybe you're starting to let the head roll all the way back and round, coming to these big rolling circles, half moons, full circles, full moons. Quite apt after a full moon, full super moon here, shining down on us last night. Working your way back in one other direction, nice and slow, just noticing and bringing awareness to each millimeter as you move. Starting to train ourselves to really check in and stay present, even in the smaller, more subtle movements in our yoga asana practice. And finding a tall spine once again. Slowly bringing the hands off either side of the hips and maybe blinking open the eyes, coming back into this space. Leaving the right hand down on the mat. Lift the left hand high to the sky and turn the palm in towards you, really reaching up through the left fingertips, but keeping both sitting bones, both buttocks connected to the earth. Inhale here. And as you bend the right elbow a little in towards you, maybe you're reaching up and lifting, or you're starting to draw the left arm overhead, bicep by your ear. We're not wanting to really reach over, not aiming for anything as always. We're just simply trying to lengthen out the left hand side of the body. Inhale. Exhale. If it feels good, by all means, you can bring that right elbow all the way down. Keep that left sitting bone, that left hip, that left buttock pressing into the ground. Smiling underneath that left armpit, looking up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Pressing into the right hand, lifting yourself up, releasing the left hand down, right hand rises. Inhale. Straight away noticing how the different sides might feel different and reaching up through the right hand. Again, bringing that little bend into the left elbow and deciding if here is enough, reaching up and pressing down with the right side. Or maybe you're bringing that right arm overhead. Try not to sink forward, curling in, really open up your chest, like you're trying to peel it open and radiate that heart center to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, reaching over. Again, if you've got the space in the body that you're in today, maybe the left elbow comes down as you reach over and look up underneath that right armpit. Inhale. Exhale. Gorgeous. Coming all the way back up, pressing into that left hand. If you wish, roll the shoulders back down. I'm always surprised at how tight my shoulders are and my neck is. So wriggle it out, get the fluid, let it go. And then we're going to come up onto our feet, which everybody loves. And they always ask me, they're always like, oh Moons, can you do that lovely stretch of the feet? So come onto your toes, tuck them. Now I've got a wonky baby toe, a lot of people do, so maybe you have to flick the baby toe in order to get it to connect to the floor. Lovely little strengthening and lengthening for the feet and the arches. Roll the shoulders back and down. Nice. Inhale, reach the hands high to the sky. Draw your navel in to support the low back. Exhale, draw the elbows back and down, opening your heart space as you draw the shoulder blades together on your back, really scooping the heart center up to the sky. Inhale, hands high to the sky. Exhale, open up as you draw the elbows back and down towards your hips. Nice. Inhale, high to the sky. Exhale. Beautiful. 2 more times, just like that. Inhale. Reaching up. Exhale, drawing down. As if you're pulling something down from the ceiling that's really heavy. Beautiful. Inhale, high to the sky. Hands to touch. Exhale, Anjali Mudra, hands to heart center and soften. Right now your feet are having a beautiful conversation with you. Maybe they're screaming at you instead of having a beautiful conversation. But just for 2 more breaths, just try and quieten the mind. Focus on the air going in through the nose, out through the nose. Beautiful. And then I feel like you're probably screaming at your screens. So we release the hands down and untuck your toes. Give them a little tap. Nice. And then find yourself into an all 4-point kneeling position. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Beautiful. Really find yourself in space here and just reposition your knees directly underneath those hips and hands directly underneath the shoulders, because often I see students and they're just really misaligned. So be aware of shoulders and bring the elbows and the wrists underneath them. And then from here, I want you to be free for a moment. Free from me telling you what to do. Free from the shoulds. Just be in your bodies. I want you to wriggle and roll and rinse all the way through the different parts of your body, just getting to know what's going on there today. Close your eyes and dance like nobody's watching. Move, wriggle. It's a good time also for me to put away my big mop of hair that's going to get in the way of my instruction. Like Cousin Ish trying to do a yoga class. So wriggling around, guys, getting into your elbows, maybe bring your hips back towards your heels, maybe bending the elbows, bringing your chin to the ground. Oh, anything that feels nice. Again, like you're having this delicious bowl of yoga yumminess, this asana movement that allows you to reconnect to your physical body and then go a little deeper. Use this now to explore and wriggle, maybe bringing some lateral inflection by moving the hips side to side, maybe bringing it into some barrel rolls. Doesn't have to be particular, doesn't have to look anyway, it just has to feel like you're accessing and gaining more awareness and connection to your body. Coming back to stillness, bring your hands underneath the shoulders once again in case you wriggled your way out of there. And then soften the belly as the tailbone goes to the sky. Roll the shoulder blades back and down. Really lengthen through the neck as you come into some cat-cows. Inhale. Exhale, draw the belly button to the spine to the sky, and really push into those hands as we press energetically through the front of the feet and even sending those shins to the earth. Belly button in. Inhale. Soften the belly this time and tailbone and chest lift. Exhale, curling it in. Coming back to the breath, inhale. Ripple forward, releasing in the spine. Exhale. Really curving and doming and spreading those shoulder blades apart on the back. 3 more, inhale. This is my favorite. I feel like if you do the full expression of cat-cow, it can always feel so strong and so welcomed in the body. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, 1 more for a look. Inhale. Roll it through, really draw the shoulder blades down your back as you lengthen out to the crown. And then exhale, curl it in. Beautiful. Tuck your toes and sink your hips back towards your heels and just pause here for a minute. I like to stretch through the arms, soften the shoulders back and down. And then imagine someone's hooked your tailbone and they're starting to lift you up to the sky from there. So lifting up slowly and starting to pedal and walk your way into your downward facing dog. So pedaling it out. Nice. Pedaling it out, bending one knee and then the other knee. Yawning side to side. Relax the head. And just move your body here in whatever range you have in your particular, unique, beautiful body today. So my body might be different than my body was yesterday. And your body is definitely different to Sandra's. And Sandra's is different to Gara. So just accept. There's no right or wrong. We're just going to work with what we have and where we're at and how we feel. So wriggle and pedal. Let your head go. And then come to stillness. Aligning ourselves in our downward dog, pressing into the hands, lifting the hips high to the sky, and take a little bend to the knees. You do not need to have straight legs. It's like a big, big secret for downward dog. You do not need to have straight legs. So press into the hands, relax your head. Keep your knees bent as much as you need to today. And draw your belly button and ribs in. Try to straighten out that back as you soften the shoulder blades down. press into your index and thumb. Lift your hips a little bit higher, and then see how much your heels want to come to the ground. They mightn't come all the way down, and they might. Try and keep engaged and balanced, and even the weight across your feet and your hands. Beautiful. Deep breath in. Exhale, slowly bring your knees to the ground and bring them as wide as your mat, and bring your big toes to touch as you sink your hips back down and come into child's pose. We'll make this a little active, so come up onto your fingertips, dropping your hips back towards your heels as much as they'll go, and then we're starting to shrug the shoulders and roll in some big circles. So you're circling, shrugging through the shoulders. Oh, it feels so good. And we move in the opposite direction. Sorry, I often make involuntary sounds and say involuntary things. So if you tune off at any stage, I won't be offended. I'm not your vibe. But sometimes I just gotta make those noises when I feel such a deep release across different parts of the body, especially the shoulders. And then soften your forehead for a moment, connect to Mother Earth, and place your palms down. Feel your paws connected to the ground. Feel your forehead, that space, your third eye center, place a beautiful intuition. Allow it to connect to the ground that we walk on. The ground that keeps us balanced. The ground that brings us life and food. And soften your heart space down into that earth. Allow the hips to open. And maybe tuning back into the breath as you hear it move in through the nose and out through the nose. Beautiful. Slowly walk the hands back up towards you, remembering that this is a gentle flow. We're not going to be taking it up too much into a standing. So coming onto your elbows, reach the right arm high to the sky, using the pressure and the push in the left hand and the left forearm as you reach the right arm high to the sky and roll open the right chest. Inhale here. Exhale, reach your right arm underneath your left elbow all the way through as you soften down, allowing as much pressure as you can to sink and release into the right shoulder. And bring the left hand in front of the face as a little pressure comes into those fingertips to start to draw the left shoulder back and left shoulder blade down your back. Nice. It's really important for you to relax the areas that you can relax. So that right hand is relaxed, the hips are sinking back, the skin on your face is relaxed. Your breath is moving evenly in through the nostrils and out through the nostrils. Nice. There's an option here to bring the left hand onto the right hand and press down, bringing a little bit more effort and a little bit more twist in that upper thoracic area. Beautiful. Deeply breathing in. And exhale as we release the left hand. You're pressing down to rise up. So press down, root down with the left hand and thread the right arm high to the sky. Inhale. And then exhale, the right hand comes down. Wriggle. Just a little bit. Wriggle side to side. And then releasing the right hand down, pressing it in more. Left hand reaches high to the sky. Inhale. It's like you're a bird opening your wings. Open up that beautiful wing or butterfly. Inhale. Exhale, reach underneath with that left hand all the way through, softening the left shoulder this time and bringing the right fingertips in front of your face. So just like we did the other side, you're softening the head, you're softening the left shoulder, you're really allowing yourself to be heavy here, allowing that lovely release into the shoulder that we get from allowing the weight to sink onto it. Pressing lightly into the right fingertips, or the right hand goes onto that left hand and you press down to roll the right shoulder back a little bit more. Deep breath in. And exhale, and letting it go. Softening. Again, scanning and noticing where you need to let go. Is it the head, the forehead, the cheeks? Deeply breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Nice. Release the right hand down in front of your face. Press down and again, thread the left arm all the way up to the sky. Inhale. And exhale, release it down once again. Roll. Walk the knees in towards one another. Bring your hands forward, shoulder width distance apart. Tuck the toes. And drawing the navel in, lift to downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Release, release, release. Especially the head. Always wants to kind of act like a meerkat, looking around what's going on. Hopefully my vocal cues are enough for you to stay on your mat with your eyes even closed and still know how to move safely in and out of the postures that we're doing. Drawing the belly in and the ribs in our downward dog. Soften the shoulder blades down your back. And then keeping the chin to your chest to the very last minute, I want you to simply push off the feet to start to propel yourself all the way forward. Releasing out into plank. Beautiful. Drawing the belly button in, lengthening out to the top of the head, pushing back through the heels. Nice. Take a little bend to your knees and lift the hips up to the sky, coming back to your downward dog. Chin to chest, popping the hips forward to instigate that ripple effect through the spine. So pop the hips forward and ripple all the way through, lengthening the head very last. Little bend to the knees, exhale, lift hips high to the sky. We'll do one more, a little more fluid, a little dance-like as we ripple forward all the way. And then exhale all the way back up. And again, remember, you do not need to have straight legs. Inhaling here, and as you exhale, start to walk your hands all the way back towards your feet at the back of the mat. I'll move a little more forward, just to make sure you can still see me. Grab your elbows, bend your knees, and just hang forward, letting it go. So allow your knees to be quite bent here. I like to have my belly connected to my thighs. Really let it go, guys. Hold your elbows and just flop side to side. Let your head be heavy. I always say I love to think about the stuff, you know the stuff, all the stuff that we've got. All the replayed conversations and the text messages and the to-do lists or the negative things that we might say in our minds to ourselves or that we might think about others, just all that stuff that we can probably do without. And let it just topple out the top of your head like you're shaking a salt cellar and you're just letting it all go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Nice. And release the hands to the ground. And like a zombie, press into your feet. Push the energy from the soles of your feet into the floor. And then gather up that reverbed energy, that rebounded energy up through the legs, up through the calves, up through the quads and the legs, all the way into the spine as it rolls slowly up, chin to chest to the very last minute. Roll the shoulders to the ears, back and down. Doing that a couple more times. Nice. And then from here, we're just going to roll the shoulders back and down a couple of times. And then I want your arms to go heavy. Little bend to your knees. By now my head might be out of shot, so if it is, just imagine where my head is. But you shouldn't even be looking at the screen anyway. Keep your head heavy, chin to chest. Arms are just dangling out in front of you, and you're slowly, with the navel drawn in, allowing yourself to creep and crawl and lower all the way down towards the earth. Little bend to your knees, navel drawn in, and you're allowing that C curve, that lovely ripple as we roll all the way down to the ground. When you feel your fingertips touch down, let them be relaxed and just slowly melt. Bringing your knees all the way down to the ground. Nice. Untuck your toes, knees together. Roll the shoulders back and down, coming back into your seated position. This time bring your fingertips behind you and just lift the heart center. Drawing the navel in, open the chest and just lift through the heart center. Beautiful. Feeling as if there's a hook on your chest and it's lifting to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, reach your arms around, spreading the shoulder blades on your back, interlocking your hands, and reach the fist away from you. Rolling to the right hand side, maybe even looking underneath the left armpit, and then coming back to center. Rolling to the left, maybe looking underneath the right armpit, and back to center. So you just wriggling side to side, feeling that upper back, the shoulders, belly spread across the back, and just feel that lovely rinsing as you keep reaching the fists away from you. Nice. Coming back to center, reach the hands high to the sky. Release the palms if you've given a high five, a double high five, and then hook your thumbs. And pulling on those thumbs, start to roll the shoulders back and down. So I just realized that this flow has really become like some shoulder loving. So if you require, maybe I'll call it a shoulder love for flow. But I think that we tend to want to release around the shoulders and the chest, especially when we're feeling sticky around the heart. I think I've been feeling a bit sticky around the heart with the full moon yesterday, and the heaviness and the darkness of the weather today. So it's nice just to release around that area, an area that we can often feel quite curled in. We want to protect this area, we want to hide, we want to protect, we want to, I suppose, curl away from the things that might hurt us. To protect our heart. So by now you're still wriggling, hands are still on the thumbs. We're moving to the opposite side. And you're hooking the opposite thumb as you roll. Rolling the shoulders up to your ears, back and down. And then release the thumbs and draw the elbows back and down once again. Lifting the chest. Draw the navel in, support that back. Open the heart center and really scoop the shoulder blades behind you. Lifting from the heart. And then trying to keep the arms back and the elbows pulled in as much as possible. Just release the hands back behind you, interlock those hands. Bend the elbows again though. So we have a tendency to want to straighten the arms straight away. But keep the elbows bent and squeeze the elbows together. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Draw the belly button in and then begin to straighten your arms as you lift into this delicious, beautiful shoulder release. Deeply breathing in. Exhale, perhaps tilting your chin to the sky if it feels okay in the neck, but always listening to your body. Take it always just where you want to. Always listen to your voice first and my voice second. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. 2 more breaths like that. Inhale, reaching a fist away from you. Exhale, softening the shoulders down, away from your ears. And last time, inhale. Exhale. Nice. Release the hands, not like a slingshot, so very gently. And then release them all the way back forward. And reach them down to the ground as you again bring those knees wide. This time walk the hands forward. Keeping the buttocks back towards your heels as much as possible. Just walk the hands over to the left. Sink it down here. I like to bring my head down if it reaches the floor by all means. And the right hand goes on top of the left as you stretch over towards the left. Deeply breathing in. Extend through the arms. Elbows are off the ground and you're really lengthening through the right hand side body. Right side body? I think you understand what I mean. The right side of your body. Lengthen the right hip back towards your right heel, towards the right hand side. As you stretch through the fingertips, inhale. And then exhale, slowly walk the hands back to center. Pause for a second. Assess. And come back to your breath. Inhale. And then exhale, walk the hands over to the right, left hand on top this time. Sink it down, left hip sinking back towards the heels, and stretch through your arms. Deep breath in. Exhale and sink. Feel the space being created in the left-hand side of the body. Allow yourself to stretch in 2 opposite directions here. Left hip moving back in one direction, hands stretching in the opposite direction, and soften the shoulders away from your ears as much as possible. Nice. Inhaling deeply. Exhale, slowly walk the hands back to center. Nice. From here, bring your forehead back to the ground. Swing the arms around behind you. Interlock the hands one last time. Squeezing the elbows together, shoulder blades together, and straightening the arms up towards the sky as you're still sinking the hips back towards the heels. Reach the fists up to the sky. Keeping a little bend to the elbows. If you feel anything sticky or icky in the elbows, always put a little bend in them, don't hyperextend. And then if it feels nice, maybe you're moving side to side. Tiny little movements, not moving the head or neck, just keeping the forehead on the ground and just allowing that little wriggle and rinse to explore in and around the shoulders. Deeply breathing in. And then exhale, release the hands. Slowly press into the floor and pull yourself up like you're pulling Velcro off the floor. Bring your knees together. Slide over onto your left foot cheek and swing your legs around. So we haven't done a whole lot in the legs, so we're not going to. We're just going to give them a little stretch out because they need some loving too. Keeping a little bend to the knees, reach the hands high to the sky. Inhale. And exhale, you're stretching down, down, down the legs. Drawing the belly button in and try to think long and lengthening in the spine. So feel as if the top of the head is drawing upwards away from your hips. And the belly button is coming towards the thighs. Nice. Well, the belly button is actually drawing up towards your spine, but it's like the whole chest is trying to come down first. And then everything else follows. If you can, straighten the legs by all means. And try and straighten the feet by drawing the pinky toes a little bit more towards you. A good tip is to look forward to inhale. As you exhale, softly bring yourself down. Eventually thinking about the top of the head, drawing towards the top of the feet. And if you're like, yeah, right, whatever. Just think about first getting the belly button to the thighs. That's it. You don't need to pull or push or overstress. Just think about getting the belly button down first, lengthening through the crown of the head on the inhale. And as you exhale, trying to take that dome out of it, trying to lengthen and then fold. Softening the shoulders away from your ears. 2 more breaths like that, looking forward maybe to inhale and lengthen. As you exhale, soften down. Slowly, slowly releasing up a little bit and draw the toes back towards your face. Now the knees can still be bent, reaching the fingertips towards your toes. And as you reach the toes back towards you and the fingertips reach towards your toe, you're starting to draw the belly button in and really slowly roll back. Really slowly. I'll probably go out of shot now in a second, but you'll understand what I mean. You're rolling back very gently. Keep reaching fingers towards toes, toes towards fingers, as you position each and every vertebrae back onto the floor. Oh, the floor, it always feels so good. Shimmy yourself back onto your mat. I always joke with my students saying that this is when the 20 minutes of hard, intense core work comes. But this is just a dreamy little stretchy out. Really good for the morning or for before bed. So just draw your knees into your chest gently and rock from side to side, massaging the lower back and noticing how that's feeling. Maybe take the hands onto the knees and draw some circles. Move in the opposite direction. Nice. And then bring your arms into cactus. Allow them to rest because they've done a bit of work. Allow the elbows to soften. Palms facing up and keeping the feet off the ground, your knees together and your belly button drawn in, and your knees drawing in towards your chest. Allow the knees to fall all the way over to the left hand side. Relax your right shoulder. If it feels okay in the neck, you can turn and look towards the right hand side, but sometimes it doesn't, so just up to the sky if it doesn't feel nice. Deeply breathing in. As you exhale, scan your body. Notice if your feet are feeling like they're gripping. Calves, where can you let go? Where can you soften, release? And just try and become a heavy, relaxed, soft version of yourself. Scanning up and down through the body to notice where you naturally grip and hold. And notice if the mind is starting to chatter and be busy because you're coming to more stillness. Chin back into the breath, inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose, softening the right shoulder blade down your back, softening into this twist. Drawing your belly button towards your spine, slowly draw the knees back into center. Bring your feet to the ground and just scoot your hips a little bit to the left and draw the knees back into the chest. Belly button to spine, knees into the chest, inhale. And as you exhale, let the knees and the legs fall like a unit to the right hand side, all the way down. Releasing your feet and your calves. And as I said, maybe looking over towards the left if it feels okay in the neck, but if it doesn't, just look to the sky. Relax your fingers, your cheeks. Allow this twist, rinsing out any of those last pockets, tension, those last pockets of stress that we hold around the body. Relax the left shoulder blade down your back a bit more, creating more space, and perhaps that allows the left shoulder to sink towards the ground a little bit more. Not pushing or striving, just letting it be as it is. Because it'll be different to tomorrow. And it's probably different than it was yesterday. Deeply breathing in. Stay connected, stay present to you. You've invested time on your mat, so keep a beautiful presence and awareness focused on your most precious commodity, your body and your mind. Pull the navel in towards your spine and slowly draw the legs back to center. Hug the knees into your chest. Give yourself one last squeeze. Perhaps draw the knees out and around in a nice wide circle. And coming to finish, we can bring the soles of the feet together. Just allow your legs to have that little extra stretch, but by all means, if it feels too much, the feet can come out nice and wide and the knees can fall in against in a reclined supine position. So either like so, or bringing the feet together in Supta Baddha Konasana, knees out, feet together. Rolling the shoulders back and down. I like to lift my chest here and really pocket my shoulder blades underneath me. And this is normally where Albert comes and sits on me. Put your right hand on your belly, underneath your navel, and your left hand on your heart. Soften your shoulders. Deeply breathing in. Exhale. Closing down the eyes. Softening your shoulders. Allowing that left hand in your heart space just to notice how you are now compared to the start of our practice together. The right hand is underneath where the navel is, between the navel and the pubic bone, and at the base of the stomach you're still breathing deep down into your right hand, into that place. Deep belly breaths. Scanning through the body. Notice if you're gripping your toes, you can let your legs rest a little bit more. Shoulders will always lift up, so send them back and down. Make sure your elbows are supported on the earth. Breathe into that right hand, drawing the air deep down into the base of the stomach. Feeling the body expand as you inhale. Inhaling deep. Feeling everything lift and be full. And exhale, feel everything just melt and soften back down. A little bit more in place. Always feel the breaths at the end of a practice. Really settling back, slotting back into that jigsaw a little bit better. Shaking up a snow globe, but at the end, we lie here in a reclining position. Everything falling back into place, exactly how it's meant to be. staying here for your Shavasana, or by all means holding onto your legs and releasing out, stretching through the legs, stretching through the arms, making sure the feet are a little bit wide and the toes are flopping out to the side. Just lift your chest again and slide those shoulder blades underneath you as you extend through the arms. But if you are preferring to be in your Supine Konasana as we were, the knees apart, the knees together, stay there. Shavasana is just an option. Relax your hands, relax your fingertips, shoulders. Wherever you are, feel grateful for your practice and for having bodies that allow us to move, even if it was restricted today. Focusing on what we have to be grateful for is the best antidote to pull us out from a funky post-moon vibes, funky weather, heaviness that we all feel from time to time. We do. It's just life. It's part of the roller coaster that we live. Allowing the ground to hold you as you focus on the breath for the last few minutes. Trying not to jump up and switch off just yet. Allowing that messy shake-up of the snow globe that is life, that is things that happen. Allowing that to just settle back into place. So you lie here, being a human being. Slowly keeping your eyes closed, coming back into the body by moving your fingers and your toes, feeling how they react in space. Maybe picking up your wrists and giving them a little wriggle, moving your toes side to side, and slowly drawing the knees into your chest for one last hug. I like to bring my forehead up and give myself some loving for making time on my mat. Rolling onto your left hand side, making maybe a little pillow with your left arm, and pausing without rushing off. Deeply breathing in. As you exhale, press into your right hand, slowly push yourself up, keeping your eyes closed. You can hear Albert's little tapping of his happy little tail, knowing that we're at the end of our class, finding a tall spine in that seat position, just like we started. Bring your hands to heart center at your heart. Roll the shoulders back and down, really broadening across the collarbones, and let your chin drop towards your chest in gratitude, bowing down to your heart. Draw your thumbs towards your forehead, connecting into your head and heart. Connecting into yourself, connecting into that deeper sense of being that's accessed through quieting the mind. Releasing tightness in the body and simply breathing and being. Bring the thumbs and press them against your chest. Maybe promising to lead from this place a little more in our day-to-day lives, interacting with ourselves, to ourselves, within ourselves, and interacting to the people and the environment around us from this place, our energetic heart space. A little more than the intellect, the mind, the thinking mind. Actually here. It's a well of wisdom. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Have a beautiful rest of your evening, or your morning, or your afternoon. Namaste. Thank you so much, yogis. I hope that you made it through the video and that you enjoyed your first practice with me, and Albert wasn't too loud at the end. Come here, come here. I promised to put more up on him doing his downward dog. I promised to put more up on my YouTube video, and for all my friends in Australia that are watching with me that have requested this, and for my friends in America, so much love to you. Moons. We're going to move and we're going to be on this channel. So moons, move and be. Mwah!